For as long as video games have existed, football games have also been right there, sucking our wallets dry and turning us into degenerates who spend far too much time staring at a digital screen. From the days of the blocky 32-bit graphics of Pele Soccer on the Atari 2600 to the cutting-edge sports simulators we have today, one thing has remained consistent: the commentary sucks. But I have a solution, one that utilizes one of the most controversial technologies that have been released in the past 20 years to make football games a truly immersive virtual experience. When you think back to the most iconic football moments in the past 15 years, the commentary was an intrinsic part of this piece of sporting history. Be it Martin Tyler's iconic Aguero as the Argentine phenom smashed home a 95th minute winner against QPR to win Man City their first league title in 44 years in 2012, or Gary Neville's meme-worthy sound as Fernando Torres rounded Victor Valdez to slot home the goal that landed Chelsea in the Champions League final. Commentary has always been a vital part of the football fan experience. Sadly, in football simulators, due to how these games are programmed, these iconic moments are simply impossible to replicate. Sports Illustrated wrote an excellent article outlining how the commentary for these games is recorded, and I want to quote some parts from that article right now. I put lines and lines of speech in front of Dick, and he started reading the commentary, and I was like, wait a minute, this is not sounding like Dick Vitale at all. So we pondered over how to get Dick to sound more like himself, and then we literally just put a video of a Duke Carolina game in front of him and said, Dick, just commentate on what you're seeing on the screen. Within seconds, we had Dick Vitale being Dick Vitale. So the commentary has evolved to where now we literally go in there and we say, here are the situations that we want you to commentate on, and we need you to envision that. We'll give prompts like best player on the team scores the goal, or over the goalie's glove to win the game, and then ask them to give us 10 samples of that. So undoubtedly, sports games and football games specifically have come a very long way since the early days, going from robotic parroting of pre-programmed phrases to a model that feels more authentic and more human. But is this really good enough for how good football games have gotten in 2023?
Alex Lacazette leading the line, but is he having any joy, Lee?
Well, his team might be winning, but is he playing? I haven't seen an awful lot of him in the first.
Opportunity, Lacazette, and Arsenal apply that finishing touch.
What a goal that is. It was just a matter of time before it happened.
Manolo, y en el caso de este...
Ojito que pueden romper las tablas, cuidado que pueden marcar. ¡Gol, gol, 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 gol! Eso es.
Let's talk about 4 words. Heart on my sleeve. For anyone who is somewhat plugged into the artificial intelligence scene online, this sentence will ring a huge bell. Recently, a song was posted online and it started generating huge buzz everywhere. It was a song by a mysterious creator known as Ghostwriter, and it had the title Heart on My Sleeve. What made this song such a topic of interest was that it appeared to be a feature between Drake and The Weeknd. However, the truth was, neither artist had any part in creating this song. If you haven't heard the song, I advise you to go and listen to it because it's incredible how good it is for something which was generated purely by AI. If no one told you that this was an AI generated song, many people would have easily believed that it was an unreleased cut by Drake and The Weeknd. It is also not just AI music which is improving in leaps and bounds. While researching this video, I spent hours browsing through a website called Speechify and listened in awe at how the site has used AI to recreate the voices of some of the most popular celebrities like Kanye West, Gwyneth Paltrow, and even Snoop Dogg. This technology has come in leaps and bounds in the past few years, and I think it could be used in a very unique way to make football commentary much, much better. In order to demonstrate how this could work, I decided to carry out a small experiment using OpenAI's ChatGPT model. I decided to give it a very specific prompt about a scenario in a football match and waited to see how it would handle it. So this is the prompt I gave. Now wait for it. Look at the response it gave back to me. This absolutely blew my mind. While reading this, I was just imagining how incredible this would sound if it was Peter Drury reading this, or Jim Beglin, or even Martin Tyler who was reading off all those lines. And you know what? With the power of generative AI and AI voice models, this is a definite possibility. Imagine how easy it would be to recreate the voices of all the greatest commentators football has ever seen, and using generative AI to react in real time to events which are happening on the pitch. With this power in the hands of AI and in the hands of developers, they could come up with some of the greatest commentary football games have ever seen. Gone would be the days of repetitive commentary, reading out pre-programmed lines which are set by the developer to trigger when certain events are happening in the game. Now, every single match scenario would be different because the AI would be reacting to what you are doing, how you are playing in real time. It would completely transform the football game experience. What makes this even easier is that AI relies on huge sets of data to create an accurate model, and who has more data on their voices than football commentators? Some commentators have spent years, maybe even decades, speaking and commentating on matches with billions of different scenarios, giving their comments and their unique takes on each of these different scenarios. Training an AI on all these years of data would make this prospective AI model almost indistinguishable from the real person. Just imagine it, having Peter Drury giving his witty one-liners as you are making a pass or shooting a shot in your football game, or Martin Tyler making a commentary on your game in real time. Doesn't it sound incredible? Whenever it comes to scientific advancement, however, it always ends up being a question of, even though it is possible to do something, should we really do it? Many people would argue that replacing real people with AI models of them is strange and somewhat uncomfortable, and I do agree with that to an extent. On the other hand, don't you think it's also weird to listen to pre-programmed recordings of a person recorded in a studio over and over again, despite the fact that the person isn't really talking about what you are seeing on the screen? Thankfully, life is not always completely black and white, and things like this tend to sit somewhere in the gray area. Ultimately, the aim is to exponentially improve the experience of a player when they play a football simulator, and using AI technology like this is the best way we can achieve this goal. To keep the human element present, game developers can work with these commentators to fine-tune these AI models, combing through their generative works and adding and removing phrases as they see fit. Right now, generative AI and AI models are viewed as new technologies which are sitting on the outskirts of mainstream technology. But if a huge industry like the football gaming industry decides to utilize AI in this way, it may finally be the way for these AI tools to get the mainstream attention and the recognition that they truly deserve. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video to anyone who you think might be interested in a topic like this. Anyway, I'm your everyday African nerd, and I'm off to play something else. Goodbye.